All right, what's going on, friends? Thank you for joining me for episode 12, I want to say, of our road to a 600 bench press. Things are continuing to go well. I'm excited to train. Going to do a little bit more kind of junk volume on the way up. I've mentioned in the past how, like, through one lens, if we look at real sub-max work, you say, oh, that's junk volume. It's not driving physiological change. But the exact same work could be described as greasing the groove, right? And sometimes I do probably err on the side of doing more work on the way up, warming up on my bench press, to just try to hash out any small technical errors. Right now, the strength feels so good. So even if I'm a little pre-fatigued, that's fine. If I can work out those small technical errors, it's going to be another 10, 20 pounds on the bar. Versus the same strength level but executed poorly. So that's something I'm working on today. We're on the tertiary day, so we're doing the bench against bands. I believe my top weight for the day is 440. But I had a little preamble I wanted to give you guys. For some reason, I'm at 3 separate people that have felt the need to reach out to me and inform me my goal of bench pressing 600 is stupid because it's not moving me towards my strongman goals, which is fine. But I've also feel like I've been very upfront about that. I don't think it's best practice. I know it's not moving me towards my goals. It's just a goal I have for myself, which is, I guess, because I've been upfront about it. It was really weird to me that people care enough to bother to. Part of that, I think, is because bench press is like holy water to strongmen. They don't like that it's like colloquially the test of upper body strength when it's not something that's that important for them. But yeah, it's really weird. And it kind of brought me to think something. I'm not paid to lift weights. Nobody's paying me to be the best strongman possible. I lift weights because I like lifting weights. And so I'm going to lift the weights the way I damn well please. And you guys should all do the same. If the way you please, the thing that gets you the most excited to go to the gym is being a competitive powerlifter and competing at the highest level you can, okay, yeah, your training should reflect best practice. But if you like competing in powerlifting, but you also like working on your strict press and your weighted pull-up, eventually it's going to come to the point where you're going to have to dedicate more training economy to those two things than would probably be best practice for purely powerlifting goals. Have your training align with what you care about. If you're like, well, no, I like competing in powerlifting, but it's not keeping me up at night, that I'm not the best, I'm not getting that extra 2% to be the best powerlifter I can be. It brings me more joy to know I've got a good weighted pull-up and I've got a good whatever. If you're like, I like doing an amalgam of bodybuilding training and weightlifting training. If that's what you like, that's the coolest thing about this gym physical training. We all can kind of set our own goals. Now, I will warn you guys that with this ultimate flexibility that comes with the fact that there is no specificity, we're just lifting weights. We're guys that like to lift weights, and that's really what I am. I like competing in strongman, but I also want to say I bench press 600. Nobody's paying me to fucking do a log next week with the most weight possible. I'm going to try to bench press 600 because it means something to me. I just thought it was weird that seemed to bother other people. A bit odd, but whatever. Maybe I'm famous. Maybe that's what that means. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys, big caveat is with no specificity comes this massive trap of changing things too often. Because we can move the goalpost rapidly, we can also manage to make no progress while doing snippets of very effective training. If you just sent me a screenshot of your training and it looks great, and then a screenshot of the training next month and it looks great, but they're totally different, you might be doing 2 totally effective training programs, but you're not sticking with either long enough to see the results. And I think that having these more nebulous goals in the gym makes this really fun for us. You don't have to do something if you don't like it. If you hate back squatting, just front squat. Awesome. That can be your measure of your leg strength, right? Now, sometimes, depending on our goals, we might have to do things we don't like because they're going to be an effective way to move us towards our goals. But don't let your goals be arbitrarily defined. They can be whatever combination of strength sports and non-strength sports you want them to be. You could say, I want a big bench press and a fast mile. Cool. I'm curious to see how far you can take those two things in tandem, right? But if you commit to spend a long time thinking about what it is that you want and then commit to it, stick with it, even on days where you're kind of lacking motivation and you're looking for a reason to, maybe I should do something else, mostly because I'm being lazy today. I'm looking for a goalpost shift because it's starting to get hard to chase that mile and that bench press. But if you sat down for a long time and you decided that's what you want, you have to stick with it, right? And that's the tricky part, is you have to be stubborn enough to stick things out for a while, but you don't want to be that guy who's so stubborn he's 5 years deep into an activity he doesn't like anymore, right? At that point, it might not be coming back, and it's okay to shift your training goals to what you really are passionate about now. But I just want to give you guys that. We're in this space here. This isn't a powerlifting channel. This isn't a strongman channel. I would say this maybe isn't even a strength training channel because a lot of you guys are hypertrophy enthusiasts. Come to whatever your goals are, but then be passionate and stick to them. But you don't have to you don't have to pigeonhole your training into one little like, oh, I am a bodybuilder. If you're a bodybuilder that likes to do a weightlifting style squat, that's fucking sick. That's a cool goal. I think that's actually pretty cool. You want to say, oh, well, I train my upper body for strength. Like I try to hit a big bench press, big strict press, whatever. But I do mostly just bodybuilding for my legs because I don't really care about having a big squat, but I want to look like I have a big squat. That's awesome, man. You do you. I think that shit's sick. And I like that here on the space in YouTube, I think that's a more popular opinion, but I wanted to talk a little bit about it because I was just so surprised that people were annoyed that I was bench pressing. That's crazy to me. Why do you care? I'm just some dude in my garage. I'm not even like a highly competitive guy. I'm just some dude. As you're going to hear me complain about later in the video, I forgot I was filming, so I did not film anything after my main bench pressing today. It's not too exciting, so nothing too much was lost there. It was just a quick back workout where I couldn't go too hard because I have deadlifts tomorrow, but it is what it is. And then also, the other thing I made mental note, I want to ask you guys, I've been gravitating towards doing those like my top lifts or tips or whatever for whatever. My top XYZ for XYZ, that kind of general video format as my videos I make on the days where I'm not filming my training. I'd be very curious to hear what ideas you guys have for fun videos because it seems like most people tend to enjoy those. Here's me interjecting for a moment and then I will be right back. Well, I just did my top single at 440. Moved really well, felt really good, tech felt good, and then I realized I forgot to film it. So I reckon I'll just do it again so you guys can see it. The second one probably shouldn't mess anything up. And I want to have a video of it, so we're doing it again. Yeah, so there you have it. I had to do this 440 pounds, aka 200 kilograms twice because I forgot to film the first one. Second one moved like ass, which was really annoying because I knew the first one flew, but whatever. But yeah, like I was saying, I've been gravitating towards the my top XYZ for XYZ kind of video format because it seems like, you know, the regular supporters of my channel enjoy those. You know, you guys can learn something that you might input into your own training. And they also do quite well in terms of views outside my like hardcore audience, which you guys are my number one priority. I appreciate you guys that show up to every one of my videos, even the boring ones, and making videos that you guys enjoy is my top priority. But if I can make some videos that also branch outside of that while you guys are still happy, I'm pretty keen to. So if you guys have any clever top whatever for whatever type video formats, most of you guys are more creative than I am. I'm all ears to hear them. Hopefully we'll be starting up the 880 deadlift series so I can film some more other training sessions for you guys. The back rehab's going pretty quick, so that might be starting up here soon. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Let me know if there's any additions you want to see to this general video format for that Road to 880 series. Obviously, in format, it's going to mirror the Road to 600 bench series unless you guys speak your piece and have like, hey, Sam, I want you to answer a question. Hey, Sam, I want you to, I don't fucking know, talk about your technique more. Hey, Sam, I want you to talk about what you ate that day more. I'm all ears, you guys. I'm making these rain or shine, so may as well make them enjoyable. All right, your boy's dumb as bricks. I forgot that I was making a video and didn't film any of my accessory work. Just a quick rundown of what I did. It was a quick little upper back day. Didn't go too hard because I have deadlifts tomorrow. I did 5 sets of 10 on body weight pull-ups for 50 total reps. I did some single arm dumbbell rows. 3 work sets of anywhere from 10 to 15, I believe was the plan. And then I did dual cable rear delt flies. Just quick little upper back workout. Couldn't empty the tank too much because I have some pulls tomorrow. Still in a quick rehab for the up the lower back before we start that Road to 880 deadlift series. But that should be starting up soon. Low back is feeling really good. Probably just one more rehab session and maybe we can start getting after it. Fingers crossed, we shall see. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all.